Merry Christmas, everyone. I hope that you and your family are having a safe, happy, healthy, and enjoyable Christmas holiday. I'd like to offer a Christmas message to all of you today, as well as reading a little bit from the Bible and one of the accounts of Christ's birth at Christmas. This comes from the Gospel of Luke, chapter 2, verses 1 through 7, inclusive. And it goes like this. In those days, a decree went out from Caesar Augustus that the whole world should be enrolled. This was the first enrollment, when Quirinius was governor of Syria. So all went to be enrolled, each to his own town. And Joseph too went up from Galilee, from the town of Nazareth to Judea, to a city of David that is called Bethlehem, because he was of the house and family of David, to be enrolled with Mary, his betrothed, who was with child. While they were there, the time came for her to have her child, and she gave birth to her firstborn son. She wrapped him in swaddling clothes and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn. You see, we're all probably very familiar with this Christmas story and the whole Christmas narrative. We've heard it year after year around this time, December 25th, and we're very familiar with how Jesus came into this world, and how he chose to be born in the most humble of situations and times and places, and to be born into a stable, a place where animals resided, and he was laid in a manger. His first crib, his first bed, was a manger, the feeding trough for those animals. And why was this? We hear in this passage that it's because there was no room for Mary and Joseph in any of the inns. The innkeepers kept driving them away and telling them, no, there's no room, you cannot enter. You see, in our own lives, we are given the same choice. We're confronted with Jesus every day. Do we drive him away and say, there's no room for you, Lord. My schedule is too full. I'm too booked. I'm too busy. I don't have time to pray. I don't have time to go to church. I don't have time to acknowledge you, Lord. Or do we welcome Jesus openly into our lives and into our homes and into our hearts? Even in the midst of the busyness and the chaos and the confusion and all that we have going on in our lives, we too can welcome Jesus. We can take 1 hour out of our week, our 128-hour week. We can take one of those hours and dedicate it to the Lord and go to Mass. Now, at this time, it might not be the most convenient or practical to go to Mass in person. Maybe your churches aren't even open at this point. But you can still go to online Mass and watch Mass virtually and make a spiritual communion. You could still pray. It doesn't have to be long, elaborate prayers like the Rosary. But just thank God for the new day every time you wake up, and ask him to be with you throughout the night before you close your eyes and sleep. There's these little ways in our everyday lives that we can welcome Jesus into our homes, into our hearts, into our lives, and into our inns. Or do we tell Jesus, we're too full. My schedule is too booked, and I don't have time, I don't have space, I don't have the attention for you, Lord. Let that be our Christmas challenge this Christmas day and into this Christmas season. As we go into winter, let's welcome Jesus openly into our lives, without reserve, without hesitation, and always welcome him. Just like the person who lent Mary and Joseph the stable, may we be like him. And let's try to the best of our abilities not to be like the innkeepers and drive Jesus away and say, my life is too full right now. I don't have any room for you, Jesus. I don't have any time for you, Lord. Have a Merry Christmas, everyone, and I hope you have a wonderful Christmas season. God bless you.